Yeah, there'd be something quite sick about a vet being a good steak chef.
But anyway, who's grifting? Who's grifting who?
That Jenny, the one that wants to open a lesbian bar, but it's no. She's the story is so inconsistent. She says that she's been doing it for 7 years and that she's had it going for 5 years about being lesbians only, and then turns out she's actually only done two actual lesbian events. The rest have been mixed sex. So, I mean, there's no shame in saying I peaked recently and I've hosted two lesbian events. I really like doing it and I'm off for women's rights and lesbians, same sex attraction. You could just be honest. What is the matter with being honest?
Well, I never, you know me, I don't pay much attention.
Yeah, I tried to get the mic to ask this one question because on her, if you have a look at her crowdfunder now, this Jenny's Bar or whatever is going to be for lesbians and allies. And I think if you have allies, it just stops being a lesbian only event, full stop. So, and that's, that language I always think is a bit fishy because it's TRA language. So it's either, so what she's funding for now, she hasn't done a U-turn because it's still said in the terms on the crowdfunder that this venue is going to be for allies. What the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah, does she mean like female allies? Or does she mean any ally, which then means obviously men could be in there?
It doesn't matter because if I turn up, then it stops being a lesbian event because I'm straight.
Exactly,
Yeah.
that's a very good point.
Just it unravels at that with that one word and allies.
But if she's trying to open
So
up a pub or a bar, would it be sustainable if it was only open to lesbians?
Well, the
Like,
thing is, here's the thing, Amanda. She says it was going to be a members club so that they could exclude men.
it's just mental, isn't it? So basically, a woman wants £100,000 to open up a bar, which I'm assuming she'll profit from. I'm assuming does that mean she owns? Aye.
Well,
Does
she
that mean
can't
she
really.
owns the bar?
I know. I don't know how it's going to work. I mean, she's looking for investors, and you're answerable to your investors. Sorry, I'm trying to add people, but it's taking forever.
oh, sorry. Oh, I can't see anyone. I mean, to be honest, I'm not anti members club because I think it was because that could be like a cooperative or it could be a kind of Soho House thing, and it was 100 quid a month, which if it's saying that it is going to be exclusively lesbian and you can exclude whoever you want, I don't think that's bad. But then why also need 100,000 as investment as well as the membership fees? There's too many things that sound so fishy. And all of these are very big, serious, grown-up things. And that's why rocking up to LGB Alliance with a cardboard money box that looks like it's been made by a child does not strike me as somebody who's fucking serious about business. It's almost like just because you've been invited onto podcasts and GB News and popular YouTube channels, that you don't even have to make the slightest bit of effort to look legitimate. Everyone should just trust you on the basis of your new profile. And I think that's really disrespectful.
Well, it worked for EJ, didn't it?
But EJ's also sold her flat and she's opening a lesbian bar. So this could be quite interesting.
And also, you would have to have like a really good idea for that place because I mean, I don't know if she said where was she going to open that bar or whatever it's going to be. But if it's not in London, then it's gonna be like 500 times more difficult to get it running. And even if it is in London, you need to have something that will attract the people. Just making it a lesbian place is not going to attract anyone.
But it's not even a lesbian place because it's for lesbians and allies. So it's just another
Well, so it's
place.
just another place
So
that you can just fuck off.
yes.
Soho is
So
full
it's
of
even
that.
less unique. Yes. There's lots of places in London. It's so insulting.
Can I ask a question then about, I don't know if we're allowed to ask, I know somebody said earlier on, don't mention the name, but see people like Marion Miller and stuff, see if they do fundraisers and they get loads of money and then say the case gets dropped or they win or whatever it is, what happens to that money? all the money that women have given them?
That's a very good question, Amanda. And there's still people who are scratching their head wondering where the rest of that money went.
Can I just randomly add in another red flag that I've seen with this particular person and behavior I've seen with others is when she was getting the criticism of with the doxing, she was talking to people about emailing privately, and she was also saying things like that on the space the other day, which is very, very dodgy. It's like, if you have questions, you can email me, which means she then has your email.
On you go, Kay.
Hey, so I have done fundraisers in the past, as some of you may know, and the only way that I could figure to protect myself from any type of accusations or any of the nonsense was I posted the receipts of where the actual money went to, and now, instead of doing my own fundraiser for different sorted things, I have people go directly to the individual and see how they can be assisted, just because there are those types of assholes out there. That's all that I wanted to say as far as how do we protect ourselves.
Yeah, Kay.
It,
Sorry, I was just going to say to Kay. Kay did post all the evidence of that fundraiser, and it was like step by step, bit by bit.
Hello, Peaches or Peaches.
Do give us your opinion.
On what? On grifters in general? They should be hung up in the town square and fucking belted with stones. How much did she ask? 100k? 100k of stones through at her. Whoever buys into it is shareholders. I'll give her 100k tomorrow, but I want 70% of it, of the business and the profits.
Average salary of a bartender in London is 40k.
Yep.
So what is 100k? What is that going to pay?
2.5 staff. I only fucking mentioned her. I only opened my mouth the other night in the space, and then yesterday I put up a post slagging her. It wasn't even a fucking insult. It was a slag because that's what it deserved. That stall at LGB Alliance, because I've seen the other stalls at LGB Alliance and they were slick as fuck. And you turn up over an hour late, blanking women who given you hospitality not 2 weeks ago in Glasgow, and then you have that with the donations box with fucking mouldy Maltesers in front of it. Like, it's not a cake bake, love. It's a business presentation that you said it was your pitch deck. You don't do that. She's not business
does does
savvy.
has there been any reaction from anyone involved with LGB Alliance? Because that display was, I don't mean like the physical display, but her display and her carry on last night. I made 20k. Has there been any reaction from them? Because it doesn't look good on them.
I don't know. Most of them have me blocked, to be quite honest.
It can't look good for them for somebody to be boasting about making
No, I can't.
20k in an afternoon and with no information about where
No, I
that
think
20k is going. It's fraud. That's fraud,
it
isn't
is,
it?
yeah. And the thing is that she doesn't understand that. I don't think LGB Alliance have factored that in, but reputational damage. If it gets out that she is a grift, like properly grifting, she's stealing people's money, and she's running off, she's not going to do anything with it, that is going to really seriously damage LGB Alliance and her. Obviously, she's going to be ruined with it.
But something that also struck me in that space was when questioned, she also gave a very long story of how her life had been ruined by this debate and how somebody had sent dog mess through her door, how she had to move house. And it was very dramatic. And my immediate thought was that it was a kind of emotional manipulation. Just people make lies to emotionally manipulate. And I think this is another one. And it kind of distracted from her business plan.
To be quite honest, I've been in this 13 years. I've been doxxed. People know my address. People know who I am. I've been doxxed quite a few times, actually, and it's not very nice. And the thing is, no one's ever sent me fuck all, except for a newspaper article. Nah, it's another EJ Rosetta. Just nah.
There's a couple of other people that I just want to mention, like other men who are in the so-called movement. Maybe some are friends with people in this room. I don't know, but we seem to give a free pass to detransitioners because they've had they've had a shit time for whatever reason. But there was one I saw recently who was crowdfunding off of women in spite of saying that he would continue to use our spaces regardless of what we think, for his house move. And he is fully employed, lives in the northeast. So I don't imagine rent is as expensive as, say, London. Got £3,000 overnight to pay for delivery and some new IKEA furniture. He then pulled that crowdfunder down quite quickly, so it's not there if you look for it now. And also someone who I think is friendly with a lot of people in here, who goes on ad nauseum about how much he adores women, almost to an unhealthy degree, but at the same time tells women to suck his dick, but only after raising some funds for some artistic endeavors. So people that grow their accounts very quickly get the J.K. Rowling follow, and then the mask starts to slip, and you kind of start to see the real face.
I don't even trust my fucking self, never mind anybody else. Anyway, I want to say, and I'm going to say this quite clearly in this space, Jenny is now accusing me of having doctored that image that I posted yesterday. That image was not doctored. One, because I don't know how to use Photoshop, because I'm an old bastard and I couldn't be arsed, because if I did, I'd make myself look as if I was 15 and 6 foot tall. And I don't know how to use it, so unfortunately, no, it wasn't doctored. Anyone who was there yesterday can tell you that that image wasn't doctored, that she did have a box of mouldy Maltesers in front of her donations. Amazon box changed into a donations box. It was handwritten a sign, and it was quite amateur. Now, I did get another message. I'm just waiting for the answer. Hang on, and I'll see if I can fill this in. Okay, I got a DM. I'm not going to say who it was from, but I'm going to read it to you. The first time I set eyes on Jenny the Grifter was in the pub after Let Women Speak at Reformers Tree. She appeared at our table after we'd had a few beers and set out some shit badges and a fucking cash card machine. The badges were fucked onto the floor and she was told where to go. A couple of weeks later, we saw her on something on the TV and realised it was the same person. I always trust my first impression. Now, why would you turn up to Reformers Tree, go to the pub afterwards and put a bloody cash card machine on the table in front of women? That speaks volumes. Now, I didn't know that before tonight. It was sent to me there about 5 minutes ago whenever I put up my hand. And it's not looking good for you, Jenny.